People always ask me to do a review of my bikes. This is what I'm going to do, kind of a mini review of some of the bikes. I'll do a review of the CR500, the KX500, the 1982 Mako 490, the 1983 Mako 490, and the 1984 KTM 495. These are my opinions of these bikes, riding in the mud, doing hill climbs, single track, and trail riding. Your opinions may differ, and that is fine. They are based on your own riding style and experiences, while my own opinions are based on mine. I do not and have not done any track riding or racing, so my reviews will not reflect that. This will be a several-part series, and we'll start out with the Japanese manufacturers. The CR500. I like the look of the 1980s Hondas, and that's why I have the 1986 CR500. I have ridden the newer CRs, and even the 2001 CR500. Although the suspension is much better on a 2001, I still prefer the 1986 motor. So how does the CR500 do in the mud? It's terrible. The CR500 is very heavy, no matter what year it is, and its power is not very controllable. The bike spins out very easily, and if you try to turn, it just wants to go straight down. The bike likes to go in a straight line, and you really have to learn how to throw all of your weight into the bike, kind of trying to wrestle the thing. When you're riding the bike tries to fight you the entire time. You and the bike are not working towards a common goal. You're fighting the trail and you're fighting the bike. The bike wants to go where it wants to go. Hill climbs are not so good on this bike either because you have to get a running start. Otherwise, the bike will just lose all traction. Like going on marbles. Then you have to start from the bottom of the hill. And this is even from the simplest of hills, which are not even really hills at all. Especially if there's any mud. You cannot start in the middle of a hill if you stop. It'll just spin out. The power band hits really early in the throttle and does not really have a lot of pull off idle. The bike has a lot of torque, but it's almost unusable, especially in the mud. You really have to get used to riding the bike, and it's quite a workout. This is why it's the last in my lineup of backup bikes to ride. It is better to ride on a dry day, as it really doesn't go anywhere in the mud. The KX500. Ankur just bought a KX500 in 1998, and I do not have a lot of experience with it yet. However, the experience I do have with it, I hate to say it, but it's better than the CR500. The reason is because the power is more predictable and the power is a lot smoother. The bike is a lot lighter, and the bike is not fighting you as much as the CR does. The power band doesn't hit until mid-range or just above, and it's not anywhere near as hard hitting as that CR500 is. There's decent power off idle. The one difference between the CR and the KX is the KX does have a power valve, but the CR does not. Now this, like I said, this is based on my current limited experience. However, I have to say that the KX is favorable to the CR. I may change my opinion later. I was able to ride a KX on a back road that was fairly straight whenever we went to look at the bike. And I did open up fifth gear wide open, and it's a pretty fast bike and very easy to pull the front end up the ground. I mean, I hit fourth gear and just barely touched it. Then once I hit mid-range, the front end just came right up. I did also get to ride a 85 KX500 very briefly. My opinion was the same on this bike. It was lighter than the CR and seemed easier to ride, but I didn't ride it very long. However, looking at the reviews of the 80s KXs, they do suffer from frequent top-end blowouts. That's just something to note if you're looking at buying a KX500. However, that statement was not made about the 1990s KX500, and those reviews can be found on offroad.com.